So when I say how you doing, I want you to say the family's good. How you doing? The family's good. Now that was pretty good. If I've taught K through 12. I'm an educator for the past 23 years in Little Rock School District. That was pretty good. You know if the preacher just said a little something. You know what I'm saying? But what if the preacher said something that actually made sense? Then I want you to say the family's good like you really mean it from the bottom of your soul. All right, we're going to try one more time. How you doing? Woo, that's what I'm talking about. I had a little chill with my pinky toe. All right, my name is LaRon McAdoo, and you know what? Since I am an educator, I wanted to do this in not only an artistic way and creative way, but in sort of a educational way. If that's all right, say yeah. Yeah. All right. So what I've done is for the past 2 or 3 years, I've been going to these, and young Miss Hearn has done such an excellent job. I've recorded her, and I've seen videos of her doing it down through the years. And so that, along with going to the internet, I compiled sort of a cheat sheet for myself primarily. But I will share that with you because it's all about sharing. So it has the whole ceremony in a 2 front and back, just one sheet, front and back, sheet of paper. So I'll have that being passed around as I talk. And I have some young kids here, so I know if I need any more assistance, they'll jump right in. Just get one and pass it, baby. So, let me introduce myself. My name is LaRon McAdoo. I'm known as a lot of things. Ron Mac, the hip-hoptimist, the main sticking, all kind of crazy stuff. But as of right now, I just say the name my mom and daddy gave me, which is LaRon McAdoo. And I want to start off by just introducing Kwanzaa to you. Just introducing it to you before we get into the ceremony. And if you have not participated in Kwanzaa before, then this is an opportunity to get a brief overview. And I want the assistance of, first of all, raise your hand if you're in high school. Raise your hand if you're in high school. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3. Out of you 3, I know I have one that was voluntold to do it. Come on up, baby. That's why I had children to tell them stuff to do. All right. And then, anyone else want to help with this? Okay. All right. All right. Well, that's fine because I did, as my grandfather say, prepared my daughter to do it.
You want me to start? Okay, everyone, y'all all have a sheet, and I'm just going to go over the origin of Kwanzaa. Okay. So Dr. Malana Karinga, professor and chairman of Black Studies at California State University, Long Beach, created Kwanzaa in 1966 after the Watts riot. He was inspired by Ashanti, Zulu, and other African harvest festivals. Dr. Karinga used Swahili words because it was once the most spoken African language, and he based the colors of Kwanzaa on the Pan-African flag, red, black, and green. And now for the 7 symbols of Kwanzaa. So after I say it, I'm gonna do this, and then y'all repeat it after me. This is the magical hand. So the first one is the placemat, which is the Mkika, which symbolizes foundation. Next, you have the candle holder, which is called the Kanara, which symbolizes our origin. Next, you have the 7 candles. The help me out on this one. I think it's Mishumaa Shaba, which symbolizes bringing light to each principle. The 3 red, the 1 black, and then the 3 green. And then you have the crops, which is the Mazoa. Sorry, which symbolizes the African harvest festival. Those are your fruits, your nuts, and vegetables. Then you have gifts, which is the Zawadi, which symbolizes sharing knowledge and promoting growth. Then you have an ear of corn, which is called the Vibunzi, or the Muhindi, which symbolizes fertility and children. And then lastly, you have the unity cup, which is the Kikumbi Cha Umoja. Y'all are better at this than I am, which symbolizes the connection among the ancestors, the living, and the unborn.
Thank you, thank you. Give it up. All right, anybody in here in college? In college, raise your hand. College students. Anybody in college? In college, or let me say, recently graduated from high school. Okay. All right, y'all playing with me. Hey, yeah, there she is. Come on up, if you will. Don't be scared. We all learning together, and that's what this is about. This is an opportunity for not only us to participate in it and be corrected here while we're together, so that we can take this home and actually practice it at home and have a visual and tangible reminder of Kwanzaa all year long that we can reference. So what's your name, young lady? Adrian Thompson. So look over while I'm still talking the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Look over that right quick, and then you've seen it modeled through the symbols of Kwanzaa, and I know you can make it happen. We're going to give her a hand as she comes. All right.
The 7 principles of Kwanzaa. After I say the word, I will do this as well. After me. Umbuzo Saba.
Umbuzo Saba.
Unity, or Umoja, which is the first day of Kwanzaa. December 26th, we light the black candle. Self-determination, Kuji Chagalia. December 27th, which we light the farthest red candle and the black candle again. Collective work and responsibility, Ujima. December 28th, the farthest right candle, the farthest green candle, and the black candle again. Cooperative economics, Ujama. December 29th, the middle red candle, the farthest red candle, the farthest green candle, and the black candle again. Purpose, Nia. December 30th, the middle green candle, middle red, farthest green, and black candles again. Creativity, Kuumba. December 31st, the final red candle, the middle red candle, farthest red, farthest green, and middle green again.
And then I'll pause right here to say today is Kuumba. Right. All right, so go ahead.
Faith, Imani. January 1st, the final green candle.
Give her a hand. Yes, we're going through this introduction so that we all kind of can be on the same page, and we have this before us. I have it before me as a guide. Ooh, thank the Lord. All right, so what is the news, Habari Gani? Yeah. I want y'all to say Habari Gani first. Habari Gani? All right, so from this point on, if anyone comes up here and says Habari Gani, you're supposed to shout out today's principle, which is Kuumba. All right? Habari Gani. Kuumba. Habari Gani. Kuumba. Oh, okay. I see how y'all playing with me. It's all good. All right, so speaking of so be it is Ashe. And when I say Ashe, you can respond by saying Ashe. Ashe? And it means so be it. As you turn the page to the back, we must now start our ceremony, but we cannot do that without first asking permission from an elder, someone who has lived this life. And I quote the philosopher and comedian Richard Pryor. I know some of you all shuddered, but he said, one of his jokes was, a young man went to an old man and said, "Man, you're an old fool." And the old man looked at the young man and said, "You don't get old by being a fool."
That's right.
So, may we have permission? We have permission from an elder. Ashe. Ashe. All right, so now we will have the libation, and I do need 3 volunteers. One of any age, elementary, middle school, whatever. I just need 3 people. Okay. Okay. Come on up. And we already have water. I don't see a plant. Okay, so you know what? Let's make something happen. Yes, ma'am. You're another volunteer? Okay, stand up, young lady. This is gonna be very symbolic, son. Go back there and find me like a cup or something to put something in. Yes. Back here, the first door in the hallway. The first door in the hallway. Everybody say Kwanzaa. 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 Everybody say Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa. Say Kwanzaa. 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 Give yourselves a hand for participating in that right there. All right, so 1/3 of this will go in the cup. And this will represent our plant. You know what 1/3 is? Okay, just, yeah, like a little less than half. Okay, put a little less than half of that water that's in there, in that cup when I tell you to. Okay? And what's your name, young lady? Megan, say it loud. Okay, that was a little louder. Say it even louder than that. Okay, Megan. All right, what's your name, young lady? Tatiana. All right. So, Tatiana, come over here with me. All right, so, first, in the libation part of this, I want you all to please stand.
Let us honor those ancestors who made it possible for us to be here. Think of a person who impacted your life and represented today's principle. Call out their name.
Call out their name on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Pour 1/3 of the water from the unity cup into a plant, and you respond by saying Ashe.
Ashe. Go ahead, pour it in that cup. Yeah, that's enough. Yes. All right. Read the second part, please. To the present.
Let us honor those who are here in this time by making it possible to prosper. Pour 1/3 of the water from the unity cup into a plant, and you respond by saying Ashe.
Ashe. That's good. All right. Yes, ma'am. You're right on cue, Tatiana. I see you, girl.
Let us honor the not yet born who will surpass all possibilities and make new ones. Pour the remaining water from the unity cup into a plant, and you respond by saying, Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you. Give our participants a hand. Oh, okay. That's why we're learning. We were told that after the water is poured, we'll say Ashe. So if you now will respond by saying Ashe. Ashe. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And thank you. Give it up for our participants right there. This is truly about community. Is that all right? Say yeah. 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 I said. So, I am a preacher's kid, and I will quote my father in saying that children are not only the future, they are the present. Right. They live right now. They grow right now. They matriculate through education right now. They learn customs and traditions right now. So I don't want to slight them by saying they're only the future. They are the present as well. And so, yes, come on in, come on in. All right, so we've done the libation, and now we will have a young lady who has been on the scene. I've seen her be an organizer. I've seen her be a great patron of the arts. I've seen her be an artist herself. And she is presenting a one-woman play or one-woman show next month or February. And I very much hope that you will go out and check her out. I don't know what she's going to present today, but I do know it's going to be creative. And it's going to be something that we can look at and say, wow, that's a young lady who's not only the future, but is right now, because she's young. She's really still a baby. Please put your hands together for Tasha Moore!
Excuse me, everybody. One moment, please. Kind of short. Well, it's not going to move, I'm not going to force it. Thank you so much, ma'am. Foremost, I want to reference God, our divine creator, my ancestors, specifically of the Moore, Talley, and Curry clans, everyone who is presently living, and is the reason that I've developed the greatness that's within me. And last but not least, to each of you, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So I apologize for not having everything fully memorized. Excuse me?
A little louder.
Be a little louder? Okay. All right. You ready? Sure? Because I'm like really loud. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. I apologize for not having everything fully written down. I was kind of notified late of this opportunity, but I was happy to take it nonetheless. In parts of this, I definitely want some crowd feedback and response. So talk to me. I'm not just up here for nothing. Okay. All right. So let's get it started. To do always as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. That's creativity. Right. That's Kuumba. Before I share my brief views about this principle, I want to begin with a short poem. Is that okay?
Yes. All right.
Good. All right. Isn't it funny? We spend all of our childhood trying to fit, just to fight through adulthood trying to prove we're different. I'm original, I'm authentic, I'm unique. Are you now? Because your footsteps look like everybody else's feet. Our weaves look the same, so do our haircuts. Every guy wants to be well endowed, every girl wants a large butt. Okay. Our nails are always done, our J's are fresh and always shine. Meanwhile, our bills are always several weeks behind. We upload statuses, pictures, and videos just to show how great our lives are. My new job, my bad outfit, my new man, my new car. Well, my. You sure look good online.
Okay.
Because for many of us, it's an on lie, a partial story with an untold end. Yeah, you'll show us your new whip, but where's the post when it's taken by the repo man? Instead of running ourselves crazy to make our lives look so great, how about we just wake up and realize a great life starts with the one you make? A decision. One of the most important ones being choosing who you want to be. Everyone says they're an original, but the bundles, Michael Kors bags, gadgets, and gizmos we all gotta have say differently. I feel like most of us are copycats. We get our style or thoughts from someone or somewhere, so I encourage you to be original. Distance yourself from so many outside influences. Travel to a place of solitude and peace. Your true self will meet you there. Thank you. Prior to being given this assignment to stand before you today, I didn't have a complete understanding of the Kwanzaa principle Kuumba. I thought it only focused on the arts. You know, you hear creativity, you think dancing, singing, painting. But I'm glad to know that the 6-day principle is not so limited. The definition given by Kwanzaa founder Dr. Karenga doesn't even mention the word arts. Because once again, if you remember the definition I gave earlier, to do always as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. So, since this principle isn't only about the arts, in what other ways or areas can Kuumba creativity be applied in our lives? In every area of our lives. That's the answer. I know I'm in a room full of scholars today, that some of you went to institutions of higher learning while others got your master's degree from the School of Hard Knocks. Nonetheless, each of you are smart. So, someone or a few of you give me words that are synonymous with creative. Words are synonymous. This is the crowd participation.
Productive.
Productive.
Inventive.
Inventive.
Originality.
Originality.
Innovative.
It's a lot over here. Man,
Tenacious.
tenacious. Somebody in the back?
Innovative.
Innovative. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Different. One more.
Genius.
Genius. Okay. Good. Good. But those were all great words. And even better, like none of the words I actually had written down. So that's great. Giving me a variety. But I'm gonna stick with the word original. That's what popped out in my mind first. But thank you. I appreciate you. Like I expressed in my poem, it appears that no one is original anymore. So like in mainstream music, and this is not to tear down anything, anybody, I know everybody, is a musician. But in mainstream music, artists take melodies and sometimes complete phrases from songs that range from ancient to something you just heard 5 years ago. So you all know the song A Couple of Forevers by Chrisette Michele, right? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, good. I like it. It's a winner. And so who is really, really like well-versed or whatever in music, and you know where that melody really comes from? The OJ, what's the name of the song? You got it, mama. Yes, ma'am. And so I never, and you know what's so sad, which is what happens to me in a lot of songs I listen to presently, I don't even know the old songs exist until I look up the new song and read about it, and they're like, oh, this is borrowed from this group. I didn't even know Stairway to Heaven was a song. Is that sad? I know. So I guess I could look at it as by her sampling it, it taught me old great music. I could look at it that way, but I guess I look at it as like, oh, it's not as original. And this isn't to mean that Chrisette isn't a great songstress. She's a powerhouse. And then still a great artist. But it just confirms my suspicion that nobody is creative anymore. Nobody's original anymore. Sadly. And that's not just the case with music. That's the case with you. That's the case with me. That's the case with all of us. You know, the latest smartphone comes out and we just gotta have it. Then a watch that its only purpose is to tell you what's on your smartphone comes out and you need that too. And then a bracelet that tracks your steps and your heartbeat is publicized and all of a sudden you need it for your health. And 6 months later, that smartphone is glitched or cracking. The watch is no longer new and special, and the fitness bracelet is collecting dust on the dresser while you're on your couch still 20 pounds overweight.
All right. All right.
Come on now.
Any new release, we just gotta have it. So we can fit in, so we can be in the know. Never mind that you were broke before you had it. You'll go broke to get it, and you'll be broke after you obtain it.
Yes.
So let's be original in our thinking. What do you really need? What's really best for you in your life? So as I take my seat, I encourage each of you, and talking to myself too, to carry out Kuumba daily. Be creative in all things daily. Don't just mindlessly act like the majority. Take pride, in most cases, in being the minority. In your parenting, Kuumba. In your diet and lifestyle practices, Kuumba. In the music, television, and entertainment you take in, Kuumba. In what you do for fun, Kuumba. In the way you handle your money, Kuumba. Be original. Be creative. Be Kuumba. Thank you.
Wow. Be original. Be creative. And she also wanted to tell you something. Go ahead and come back up to the mic.
Thank you so much. And he really tried to shout me out in the beginning, just didn't know all the details, that's okay. But I am a poet. Trying to grow in the community and in the industry in the world. And so I'm having a birthday celebration. I'm going to be 26 on February 3rd. So if you want to, you can get a little flyer afterwards for information about the event. But it's going to be really, really nice. It's featuring myself and some other local acts. So
Go ahead and talk about it. Talk about it right now.
You sure? Okay, I have time. So he mentioned it's a one-woman show. That's the best I could think of because it's technically not. I just didn't know how to describe it. Because we'll have dinner, so you will be fed. There'll be 3 opening acts. Rye Howard, I don't know if anybody knows him. He's a local musician. He does a variety of things, but I think what stands out about him is he plays the harmonica and makes it seem so cool. A lady named Dunamis Melodies from West Helena. I don't know, don't want to mess it up. But she's from Arkansas also. She's a songstress, powerhouse. And then New Wave, they are an artistic collective. And so they do poems together and things of that nature. So it'll feature them, to get some food, and the last hour is me. So see me afterwards, all right? Thanks.
So, we have come to a moment where I want you to think about how you plan to be original, how you plan to be creative, how do you plan to implement Kuumba. So I will take 3 volunteers who will stand or raise a hand if they want to share. I have 1. Do I have another? Do I have another? Do I have another hand? Another hand. I got 1 hand. Do I have another hand? Please, somebody raise a hand. I got 2. I got 3. I got 4. All right. So if you would, please stand. Those who raised their hands. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Please say your name and how you will implement Kuumba.
Also, my name is Alindria Mooney. This is our 2nd year celebrating Kwanzaa family. The way that I plan to implement this principle in our lives is that for a very long time I chose to assimilate both me and my family, and so my children looked a certain way, talked a certain way in school and out in the community, and so I want to foster their originality much more this year. My son he fights the norm, and I'm glad, because just kind of through that mom and son dynamic and that struggle, he's shown me that his originality is much more important than my comfort. So that's how we'll do that.
Thank you. Ashe. All right. Now let's hear from the young person that was in the back. I don't even know. They're probably young. Yes, it was someone back there who had a hand up. Yes, ma'am, if you would.
My name is Moti, and I'm glad to be here. I wrote in from
West Memphis area, but my people are from Greenfield and Wheatley. And I'm just really, really grateful to be here. I've been here for the days of Kwanzaa, and I observed the days for October Kwanzaa, and really, really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Ashe.
Ashe.
And then there's a young man right here who was the first to raise his hand. He was the soldier. He was the one I was looking for. He raised his hand and he did a great job. I want you to come up here, young man, so everybody in the room can see you. Come on up here, man. All right. Yeah. I don't let him say it. Tell him what's your name.
Angela.
Angelo, how are you going to be creative next year? How are you going to be artistic? Fantastic. Do you like to draw? Yes, he likes to draw. What about singing? Do you like to sing?
Yes.
Yes. What about dancing? Do you like to dance? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that right there. Give me a high five. All right, one more thing. Do you like to eat?
Yes.
Me too. Give me another high five. Thank you. Give him a hand. Yes. I said it. Yes, ma'am, if you would. Share.
I'm Jamie, and this is my son Angelo. We've been so excited to be celebrating Kwanzaa and to be able to express the principles throughout our life in 2018. And as well, I'm glad to be here, but to express Kuumba this year, I will express it through cooking differently. I can't wait to get a part of the vegan soul food. Just the way we eat, the way we live, the way we have fun, just everything. I can't wait to express the principles throughout my life. And this young man right here will most definitely keep it live in my life. And yeah, thank y'all.
Yes, I said. So, couple things. One is, it was mentioned about allowing ourselves to be different, and I tell my students all the time, I have a poster in my room, and I call them the principles of hip hop, and one of those principles is keep it real. Everybody say keep it real. Keep it real. And so I say most of the time when people think of keep it real or even real, they think of their reality, which that's one way to think about it. But if you are influenced simply by your outside, external reality, then you'll never get to your inside, internal, innate truth. So keep it real is not about reality, it's about your truth. If your truth is to be a tailor, then start sewing clothes. It don't matter if everybody else is sagging and doing whatever they're doing. If your truth is to a lot of kids, I ask them, what do you like to do? They say, all I like to do is talk on the phone. I say, well, that's a job. On the radio, I talk all the time. It goes down at the right time. It's great. They say, if you love to talk, then it's a profession for you. It's politicians, it's preachers, it's a profession. If you want to talk, there's a place for you. So whatever your truth is, really express that truth. And then the other thing was, which always escapes me, the other thing always escaped me, and my whole family over there is just cheesing, because I always do that. I always say. And the other thing is, I forgot. So anyway, I say. So now it's time for some creative expression. And you know what time is it, young lady, Jamie McAdoo?
2:41 p.m.
2:41. Okay. So, yeah, I think we're right on cue. We have two creative expressions. I think we can get both of them in. And we have Miss Jamie McAdoo. Please put your hands together. All right. Also known as Jim, and she is someone who is a scholar academically. Right. She is a professional poet. She has been paid actually more than I have. Black Lives Matter did an event at Philander Smith College and commissioned her to do one poem, a 3-minute poem for $300. Wow. She got $100 a minute. I'm like, I charge that for a whole 30-minute set. You know, so she's a professional poet. She's done other stuff. She's performed for the Little Rock Nine and done stuff outside of the state, performing, participating, competed in Baltimore and other places. So give it up for Jim.
Okay, so as he was talking about with the Little Rock Nine, I go to the Little Rock Central High School, and are y'all familiar with the 57 Crisis with the Little Rock Nine and everything? Well, so yeah, I'm the president of the Poetry Club at Central, and we did a lot of stuff this year with the 60th, and did a whole bunch of events. So this was one of the poems that I wrote for it. Oh, can everybody snap? Can everybody say, That's called feedback. So if y'all hear stuff y'all like, please do that, and it lets me know, okay, I did pretty good with that. Okay. This is called Lessons Still Relevant. My parents were my first history teachers. At an early age, in my earliest days, I was taught the culture behind my race, the beauty beyond my face, the common inventions and ways of living that you can trace back to Africa. I knew about the brotherhood that was taken from the motherland. My mother's hands never changed my natural roots. My mother's hands held me as we watched Roots. My father's glance compelled me to pay attention to Roots. My brother and I watched Eyes on the Prize. My brother and I watched documentaries that show Martin Luther King died, Emmett Till died, black people died. In America, black people died. My brother and I watched the news as Trayvon Martin's parents cried. My parents took us to museums and we observed the gems. They took us to lectures and we listened back then. They taught us about Central High School too. Way before we went to school, and in a way, I felt like the 10th Little Rock Nine. From behind, the little sister of them all, the fire on the wall, the shadow on call, and I saw how they were treated. And I saw how they retreated and nonviolently fought the system that fought them back 10 times harder. I saw because I am the daughter of the movement. I knew this at an early age, so by 9th grade, I expected attending Central High to be iconic, to be as if I would be a part of history. I represent the third wave generation after the integration, desegregation. It's amazing that it wasn't that long ago. I know that we have come from a long ways, but we still have a ways to go. But at least in Arkansas, we can say it started at Central High, where I am now one of 9 black students in a school of nearly 3,000, a place that has over 20 languages and counting, a school that I am not greeted every day with 2468. We don't want to integrate shoutings. In 1957, Central High was the beginning of change. And I knew this at an early age, I mean in my earliest days, because my parents were my first history teachers.
All right.
Yeah.
Ashe. Yeah. Her mama must have let her show all that stomach. What in the world is going on up in here? That was a beautiful poem, baby. I love that poem. All right. So, actually, I was about to digress into something crazy. All right, so let me segue into saying this before our next creative expression comes. On the Walls is a part of what that piece was a part of, which is called the Little Rock 9 plus U equals change. And so I had my art students create expressions visually through visual art about their sentiments, how they feel, how they think or thought that the Little Rock 9 felt, because they're in those very same seats. So full disclosure, I teach at Central High School. And so my students in my class have varying ways of looking at the crisis. And I have a student that's from Thailand. I have one from Italy. So I have one that's African. So I have a lot of representation here on the wall. So be sure after this is over to look at these high school students' artwork, 9th through 12th graders who presented what they thought about the Little Rock 9 piece. And this is a piece that I'm in the process of having tour throughout the state. So right now, for our second expression, it's a young man who began recording at the age of 5, and he's a recording artist, and he really jumped on the hip-hop thing. But then, after he saw my daughter making so much money and getting requests, and I stress to all my students and all children I come in contact with, and I help them any way I can to monetize their talent. I help them try to monetize what they have, that Kuumba-ism inside them. So my son, looking at that, said, I write lyrics, I might need to start writing poetry. So give it up for up-and-coming and rising recording artist, senior, who's also a scholar, CEO Norrell.
Hey, how y'all doing? It was good. All right, so what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna tell. Since it's creativity, I'm gonna tell a story creatively. So, from a different person. Coach, can I be on the team? I'm really good and I work hard, Coach. I can hit. Look, I can really hit. I got a lot of experience with this. See, I've been playing since I was a youngin'. Football seems to be only the thing that I'm not dumb in. I've been in trouble since way back, but the best way to deal with problems is to confront them. So anything thrown at me, I hit, because I'm done running, Coach. I just want to be on a team. Treat everybody better than my own family. Hit for a cause and have someone to hit for me. I'm tired of hitting with my fist. I've been in fights my whole life. I got friends, Maria and Dre, but they don't teach me right, Coach. They got a funny way of showing love to people they like. I've never seen a bowling ball, but I've seen plenty of strikes. But back to these Friday nights. Under the lights, Coach, I can blitz, I won't miss. Nobody has my heart. Anything you want me to, I can get. I'm not afraid of nothing or nobody. Nobody can stop me. My friends, they support me too. Dre say I make them proud on the field. Maria just hopes I get a meal. I'm hungry, Coach. I get in those passes like I'm free. I hit what I see. I play every down if you need. I'm just hungry. What do you say? Am I ready to make this team my new home? Maria doesn't like how violent the sport is. Me, I wish it wasn't so domestic. I'm ready to be taken away. Because every day, when I'm on this field, it's probably my escape. A place where I can hit that boy who talks about me not being able to get out what I want to say. I want to hit that kid who said all my clothes are fake. I want to hit that girl who said I was too poor to date. And I want to hit my friend Dre. Because one time, Maria and Dre, they were starting to fight. And me, I was just starting to cry because both of them was getting hit. I didn't know what to say. I said, Dre, stop hitting Maria. Maria, don't stay. But Dre kept hitting my mama. And my mama hit dad. And no dad hit me. No dad hit mom. No Maria. No mom hit dad. No dad hit me. No dad hit mom. No mom hit dad. No, I hit rock bottom. Because at that moment, I got a thought. One that I'm ashamed to mention. Let's just say the world, they gave me the gun and my father gave me the ammunition and I sent him on a trip right there in the Florida kitchen. Coach, I thought it was over. Right then, but then he said, I'm just like him. Coach, I don't want to be like him. I just want to be on the team. All right.
So, creativity. I got the people that was close to me. Tasha, she was close. I say, come here, Doug, do that speech.
The day before.
Well, it was a week before. But yeah, I confirmed. So it's all good. Everybody say Ashe. Ashe. And I got them two people. They can't deny me because I'm their parent, and that's what happened when you had kids. You just tell them what to do. All right. But I'm proud of everybody who came up, every volunteer, and it's not over yet. It's not over, but it's almost over. It's almost over. Everybody say, "Oh." It's almost over, but it's not over yet. Now it comes time for the candlelight ceremony, and so we have. You know what? I don't mind if all the kids kind of stand up and come right here. Stand up and get right here. All the children. come and just stand up right here. Yes, yes, yes. That's good, that's good. Again, this is our present, not only our future, but our present. That's fine. You all ladies can stay right here. Yes, yes. Great young men and women right here. Slide over, baby. Slide over, and you slide back. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I want you all to use your outside voices, okay, and introduce yourselves to these people in this room, in that room, in that room, in that hallway. Okay, can you do it? I know you can set a great example. You right there. You can do it. Can't you, sir? All right, say your name, how old you are, and what school you go to. Can you do that? Okay, go ahead.
My name is Kanan Coleman, and I go to Lisa Academy, and I'm 13 years old.
Yeah.
My name is Sarah Hagwood. I'm 10 years old, and I go to MWL.
All right.
My name is Angela Curry. I'm 12 years old, and I go to North Carolina School.
Okay.
My name is Bailey Sarah. I'm 9 years old, and I go to Rockbridge Montessori.
All right. I got a young man. Is that somebody behind you? Yes. A young lady. All right. Can you say your name, young lady?
She said it for her.
Okay. What's her name? Say it again, baby.
She's for real, and she's in homeschool.
Okay. Okay. What's your name, young lady? You're homeschool? Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, this ear is kind of good, but this one is bad. So say it loud.
My name is Jeremiah. I'm 6 years old, and I go to Booker.
Good, good, good. That was just that much louder, but he did it. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Deanna Hagwood. I'm 14, and I go to Little Rock High School.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
My name is Chris, and I'm 5 years old, and I go to Lakewood.
Lakewood. All right. Yes, sir. What's your name again?
My name is Angela, and I'm 5, and I go to Carver Elementary.
Okay. Good job.
My name is Tatiana, and I'm 11 years old, and I go to Glenview Elementary.
Okay.
I'm Megan Rieger. I'm Megan Rieger, and I'm 10 years old, and I go to Autumn Creek Elementary.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Give all the children a hand. All right. All right. Okay. I need your help. Okay. So, we're going to light the first candle. Look at your sheets of paper. Look at your sheets of paper. And on the count of 3, I want you to tell me what the first day was. 1, 2, 3.
Umoja.
Okay. All right. This time, like on the rhythm. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Umoja.
I see the melanin in the air. Yes. All right. So I want you to hold this candle for me, young lady. Hold the candle for me. Can you hold this candle? Can you? Oh, it did burn out. It sure did. Man, I'm glad you're paying attention. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold it with you. Hold it with you. Okay. I got it, baby. I got the candle. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Give it up for this young lady right here. All right. Okay. I'm actually gonna hold it now, and then I want you. Everybody, look at your sheet of paper and see what the second day was. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. And red, correct? I need it.
Furthest
yes.
left, red.
Furthest red.
Left. Left.
Left.
Farthest left, red.
So the inside red.
Outside red.
Outside. All right. Thank you. All right. I want you, young man. Yes. Hold this. All right. Now the
Third day.
third day. 1, 2, 3. Ujima. Ujima. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see your hand, young man. Okay. Okay.
My first is bright green.
Oh, you sure right. We're gonna do it like this right here. And then now we're about to do the red, correct? All right. The next day on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do it again for those who really didn't understand it.
What are we on?
Four.
Number 4.
Okay.
All right, the fourth day on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Y'all did that. All right.
Middle.
That's right. All right. Have I got you, young man? Okay. Slide over and let this gentleman come through. Oh, it's your brother. Okay. That's right. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. I heard that. All right. So now we do the middle ring candle. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I know Ryan Davis is gonna give me all the good notes for the day. He's gonna say, "Yeah, man, this is how you did this wrong." All right, so that's what I need. Somebody, I ain't have young his brother. All right, yes, ma'am. Come forward. Come forward. All right. Are you all in line with the next day?
Yes.
All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Kuumba. Kuumba, the final red one. Habaragani. Kuumba. Habaragani. Kuumba. Habaragani. Kuumba. Ashe. Ashe. Yeah, give these young people a hand.
All right.
As they take their seats.
Everybody spoke well.
Is anybody else scared of these candles? Oh, okay. All right. I see some people back there like, okay, so what is my time, Miss Mac? 3:02. Okay.
Is it time for a 4-minute story for the youth and those young at heart?
Well, I know it's time for an announcement, so I want to get the announcements out, and then I had one person that wanted to say something, so we'll end the announcements with that young man back there. And so,
I want to say something also.
well, this is the announcement time, and I want Ryan Davis to please come to the front to give you the announcement about this feast we're about to have. And I know he's in the building, and he's making his way through the crowd, and he's coming up here, and he's gonna make it to the microphone. I saw him earlier.
I just love the way you sing.
Okay, well, while we do that, let's start the announcements. And
Ryan Davis, report to the mic. Report to the mic, Ryan Davis.
All right, so let's start with announcements. Yes, sir, Mr. Wood.
How y'all doing? I am Demetrius Headwood of Shuddux Film and Media, video production company. So if you got any video services, give me a buzz. But what I want to give y'all is a piece of history. We always talk about the Little Rock Nine. I'm also a graduate of Central. But what a lot of people don't know is they think when the Little Rock Nine went to Central, that was kind of the end of the story. That wasn't the end of the story. The very next year, Governor Fathers shut down every high school in Little Rock, so ain't nobody go to school. They don't talk about that much. It's called a lost school year. Right. So even all the Little Rock Nine that graduated, all graduated a year later because schools were not open for that following year. But in the midst of that, a little more thing that's unknown. In the midst of that, while the high schools were shut down, they opened up a private school. Right. It was called T.J. Rankin High School for that 1 year. Yeah. And they made it a private school so the white kids could still go to school, but the black kids couldn't go to school. Right. Okay, but they were using the public school funds to to fund this private school. But when they found out about it, it was illegal, so they shut down their funds. So in the midst of them shutting down their funds, they had this little school in Riceville called Riceville Negro Boys Industrial School. Okay? But Riceville Boys was attending school, little children. It wasn't supposed to be a penal institution, but they turned it to a penal institution.
Wow.
Long story short, once they shut down TJ Raymond High School, these boys mysteriously, the school mysteriously caught fire, and 21 black teenage boys got burned alive down in Riceville. That's right. We call it Riceville 21. That's right. Don't many people talk about that. So that's something people need to research and look into, because still to this day, the parents of these boys still don't know what happened to these boys. They still don't hardly know what happened. There's not a memorial site for these boys or anything. And all of them was teenagers, age 12 through 16, that all died in this fire. And these boys burned alive. They was padlocked in the building. They burned alive down there. And then the uproar from that, the public got mad, and the uproar from that is what forced them to open Central the next year, so the Little Rock 9 to go to school and graduate. But y'all need to research that Little Rock 9. I mean, the right
All right. I saw some hands for announcements. Yes.
Actually, this is just a check. This is just a check. I'm Lily McMullen, Lily Ingram McMullen, and I'm really glad to be here and to see that so many of you are here. This is a check for you. I noticed, Ron, that when you mentioned the students who you had in your classroom, and you named some that were from other countries. But then when you talked about one, you named his what? Continent. Yes. Oh my. Yes. Because, so often we don't even know what countries are in Africa. And rather than to recognize each country as an individual country, we say Africa. What's with that? Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, what country was he from? If you don't know, I don't want to embarrass you, but I'm telling you, we want to be able to name some countries in Africa, not the whole continent. And we want to start when they're young.
That's right.
Like this, okay? That's all I wanted to say today.
All right.
And I definitely accept that and hear that and want to do better doing that, and I pray that you all help me do it, and we teach each other. Is that all right? That's all right. And I will point her out though. Miss Ogu is a young lady, and her image is called Stuck, and she talks about how the Little Rock 9 must have felt stuck. And she illustrated that through her visual, which is like a film strip and bugs lined up that spell the word stuck, and the green letters and the red letters are just fillers. But yes, that's Miss Ogu. Yes. But I will ask her what country she's from. But she did tell me Africa, but I asked her in detail. Thank you.
Umoja, umoja, celebrate umoja. Umoja. No, we're not doing that. Umoja, umoja, celebrate umoja.
Umoja, umoja, celebrate umoja.
Kujichagulia, kujichagulia.
Kujichagulia, kujichagulia.
Ujima, celebrate Ujima.
Ujima, celebrate Ujima.
Ujama, celebrate Ujama.
Ujama, celebrate Ujama.
Nia, celebrate Nia.
Nia, celebrate Nia.
Kuumba, celebrate Kuumba.
Kuumba, celebrate Kuumba.
How about a gun? How about a gun? Kuumba. How about a gun? Kuumba. Nanta Chidendo Waneke. Je m'appelle Monsieur Nanta Chidendo Waneke. My name is?
My
Nanta, Chidindo, or Neke. There are so many people that know me here, but my students. You know what? 20 years ago, in 1997, the Black Cultural Society of Little Rock Central High School, led by their moderator, Mrs. Paula Blevins, invited me to do the libation and so many other things. I'm sure those of them who were here by then know who they are. So I was going to be there. And one other thing, 25 years ago, in 1992, I think I had an email to some people. The Council for African American Progress, under the leadership of Nana Aware, you know him as Robert Brown, and his wife, Adua Aware, you know her as Sibila Brown. She started this song, which I'm still singing. Like I told some people, I sent the email to, I had been part of the organization, but I'm glad that Mrs. Gaboham and Tirami Kalari, her children, and those around her are still keeping the flag flying. Let's give them a hand. I was saying, in 1996, Dr. Mulena Karenga was here. This brother was by my side. He autographed his book for me, Kwanzaa, and you were taking the picture of what it was doing for me. So, Patrick Oliver invited him, Dr. Timan Taylor. So I'm just giving you a little story. If I'm writing a book, I have Kwanzaa, that in the rock, you will know. So, a lot has happened, but I'm glad a lot is happening. But one other thing, please, if you don't mind, I don't know if I'll be here next year, I'll be back up in my motherland. So if you don't see me again, take this as I've contributed to Kwanzaa celebration in the rock. So I wouldn't forget our brother, Nanaya Aware, Robert Brown, I don't know where he is now, with his wife, Adua Aware, Lila Brown. So they were good at getting this started under the aegis of the Council for African American Progress. Our brother who hosts a radio show, what's his name? Mr. Wen. No, Mr. Wen, but Wen. Yeah, respect for that. Good. So he was part of the whole thing. Anthony Smith, there are so many of you who were there. I just want to say this, even if I don't talk again. This is all I have to say. Americani! Kuumba! Americani!
Kuumba! Thank you, sir. Woo-hoo. All right, give a hand. All right. So, the Feast of Feasts. And if I say it wrong, correct me, but repeat after me. Karamu. Is that right? Karamu. Karamu. Say it again. Karamu. Karamu. All right, the last day, which is tomorrow, it will start at 2 o'clock. It is at Afro-Leisure Studios. It's on Rodney Parham. It's on Rodney Parham, right behind Arby's. It is the feast, but it only costs $8. You see how I did that? Feast, that means a lot, but it only costs $8. That means a little. It only costs $8. Only $8. In the poetry community, when they say a price, you say only and the price. It's $8. Only $8. Exactly. I said feast. It's only $8. Only $8. That's almost free. That's almost free. That's what I'm talking about. For a feast. All right, so now if you would stand up, everybody say Harambe. Harambe. It's pulled together, and so I would do it as Anna said, where you reach up and you grab that thing and you bring it down, that power, that essence. Anyone who recently seen Star Wars, the Force, whatever you want to call it, you bring it down, and that spirituality, you hold it, and we're going to do that and say it loud so that they can hear us and all over the world. You know, there are a lot of ceremonies going on right now, but we want to outblast all the other ceremonies, and so we're going to do that 6 times, all right? Here we go. I had to count it. Here we go. I'll count. All right. Harambe! 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 Meet, greet, fellowship. Watch the art. Make sure you get the announcements. Oh yeah.